Most of what the industry believes about digital retailing is wrong. I didn't write this book to celebrate technology or to add another buzzword to a marketplace already drowning in them. I wrote it because somewhere along the way, automotive retail lost sight of the customer, and we covered that loss with tools, dashboards, and ideas that looked modern but didn't change a thing. For 25 years, I watched the same pattern repeat itself in dealerships across the country. New software arrived, new processes were introduced, new promises were made. And in the middle of all that noise, customers kept hesitating, deals kept stalling, and talented people kept working twice as hard to overcome friction that never should have existed in the first place. This book exists because the truth is simple. We don't have a technology problem. We have a continuity problem. The first time I saw it clearly was in a Toyota dealership that didn't yet exist. Walls unfinished, flooring incomplete, a process still living on whiteboards, and in the space between intent and execution. What I learned inside that unbuilt store changed the trajectory of my career. What I learned in the decade afterward changed my understanding of the entire industry. Customers will move quickly when the path is clear. Teams will perform exceptionally when the structure earns their trust. And dealerships will scale predictably when the experience, not the software, becomes the product. But that isn't what most stores deliver, and it's not what most technology supports. Digital retailing, as commonly defined, is not a revolution. It's a calculator with better design. Websites generate traffic, but not movement. Tools create data, but not momentum. The online journey resets the moment a customer walks through the door, and we've convinced ourselves this is innovation simply because it appears on a screen. I wrote this book because I've spent the better part of my life eliminating friction on the sales floor, in the BDC, in desking conversations, inside the design of digital tools, and eventually in the architecture of a fully connected ecosystem. I wrote it because I've seen what happens when the experience becomes intentional and what happens when it doesn't. I wrote it because the distance between an average dealership and an exceptional one is not talent, budget, or brand. It's design. If you're reading this, it's likely because you sense the shift already underway. Customer behavior is changing faster than most operations can adapt. Digital noise is drowning out clarity, and the gap between what customers want and what dealerships deliver is no longer sustainable. This book is the bridge. It's the story of how a sales process became an operating system, how a set of tools became an ecosystem, how an ecosystem became a philosophy of retail. And it's the blueprint for anyone who understands that the future of this industry will belong to the dealerships that deliver something deceptively rare, an experience that makes sense. If that's what you're building or what you want to build, turn the page.